30 years old. Our songs have been sold.
Children lost, ensnared by a witch's binding spell. Jessii, the awakened soul, yearns to escape and find a new home. Dare you join her and explore more?
Alright, so let's get into this video talking about the slit-mouthed woman. Now, I debated on whether I was going to even do this video because honestly it is really dark and I can't really show you a lot of the pictures of her because it's like too much for YouTube, you know what I mean? So for a lot of this you're gonna have to use your imagination, and I can probably show you some like drawings of her, but that's as far as it's gonna go. Obviously after this you can do your own research and look at the actual scary images of her face. Okay, so her backstory is actually very sad. Before she became this very creepy creature, she was just a regular woman. As the story goes, a beautiful woman named Kujisaki was married to a man who suspected her of being unfaithful. Now, the thing done, he felt so bad about what he did that he died from the guilt. So now it is said that she hides in plain sight. And because looks are very important to her, she's actually able to disguise her disfigured face as a normal face. She appears as an attractive woman with long black hair wearing a simple beige trench coat. But more recently in this legend, it describes her as wearing a surgical mask over her face, which is actually not an uncommon accessory to wear in Japan. Even like before everything that's happened in the past year, like this was a common thing to wear for like decades. So thanks to her innocent appearance, the slit-mouthed woman is able to blend in until she selects her prey. Now, when she comes up to you, she's going to ask you a very serious question. She'll find you when you least expect her to be there, and like I said, she's going to have a surgical mask over her face. So at first she appears like a normal looking woman. She waits in the shadows until you pass her by, and before you can react, she is in front of you, blocking your path. Holding a huge pair of scissors in her hands, she asks you, "Am I pretty?" But before you can answer, she slides down her mask to reveal her terrifying huge smile. And as she grins, she says,
"Am I pretty now?"
So what would your answer be? Apparently, if you say yes or try to scream, she will make your face look exactly like hers. It also says that running is absolutely no use because she's scary fast, like unnaturally fast. That if you begin to run, she will appear in front of you and do the same thing. Now, if you say no to her question, apparently she will leave you alone for now. She will let you walk home, go into your house, and think everything will be okay. But later on, while you're sleeping, she will reappear to get you. So a lot of people are saying, well, how do you get away from her? Because if you say yes, you're in trouble, and if you say no, you're in trouble. Apparently, there is a way to outwit her. Some people claim that they know how to escape the slit-mouthed woman. They say that one way to survive is to distract her. When she asks you the question, am I pretty, if you offer her money or candy, you will confuse her. And it says you might buy yourself just enough time to run. There is also another way to outwit her. So when she asks you, am I pretty, instead of saying yes or no, it says you could respond by saying, you're okay. You're kind of so-so. So you're kind of giving her a middle answer and she's not really sure what to do with that. Another thing you can say to her is flip the question and be like, am I pretty? And as she pauses to consider if you're pretty, you have a chance to run away. So it's all about outwitting her, distracting her, and flipping her question back to her. Now, what's so creepy about the slit-mouthed woman is that people have been talking about her since the 1600s, which is insane. Apparently, she was terrorizing people back then. So many people were afraid of her. And then suddenly she disappeared for hundreds of years and then came back in the 1970s. Children claim to see her everywhere around Nagasaki, Japan. There were warnings everywhere, police were out trying to find her, but they never did. According to one urban legend, a young boy named John was walking home from school one day when the slit-mouthed woman appeared in front of him and asked her eternal question, do you think I am pretty? Now, petrified, obviously, John tried to run away, but she ran after him, grabbed him, and bent his neck. John was a strong boy and didn't die right away. The police arrived and ferried him to the hospital. Now, everyone thought he was going to survive, but apparently as he was lying in his hospital bed, all the doctors and police and nurses were asking him what happened. Suddenly his eyes opened wide and out of fear he croaked,
the slit-mouthed woman.
And then he died right there. There was also another legend about a businessman who was walking home from a bar one night. He spotted this beautiful woman sitting alone wearing a surgical mask. They chatted for a while and then the woman told him that they should go somewhere private. She led him to an alleyway, and when he moved in for a kiss, she stopped to ask him a question. Do you think I am beautiful? He answered yes, and the woman slid down her mask to reveal her horrible wide smile. And then I'm sure you can imagine what happened to him next.